What is it that pushes us to get out of bed in the morning, to pursue a challenging goal, or to connect with the people we care about? We often talk about motivation as if it were a mysterious force, something we either have or we don't. But this inner drive is not magic. It's actually a biological process, a delicate and powerful dance of chemicals in our brain. At the heart of this dance is a remarkable neurotransmitter called dopamine. It's the molecule of motivation, the neurochemical spark that ignites our desire to explore, achieve, and connect. Understanding how it works is the first step toward consciously shaping our lives for greater happiness and fulfillment. Imagine the feeling of satisfaction after completing a difficult task, the quiet joy of sharing a laugh with a friend, or the thrill of learning something new. These moments feel good for a reason. Our brain is designed to reward behaviors that are beneficial for our survival and well-being. Dopamine acts as the internal messenger that says, "This is good, do this again." It doesn't just create a fleeting sense of pleasure. It fundamentally reinforces the neural pathways that led to that positive outcome. This reinforcement makes us more likely to repeat those actions in the future, building habits that can lead us toward our long-term aspirations. This process is a core part of our emotional intelligence. By becoming more aware of the activities and interactions that naturally boost our dopamine levels, we gain a powerful tool for self-regulation. We can learn to steer ourselves toward experiences that not only feel good in the moment, but also contribute to our personal growth and resilience. It's about moving from being a passive recipient of our moods to an active architect of our emotional landscape. This journey of self-discovery allows us to cultivate a life that is not just successful on the outside, but deeply satisfying on the inside, driven by a sustainable and authentic source of motivation. In our increasingly digital world, we have new opportunities to harness this natural system. We can design tools that work with our brain's reward system, not against it. A shared digital journal, for instance, can become a space where we intentionally document and celebrate the very things that trigger this positive feedback loop. By capturing small wins, sharing meaningful moments, and reflecting on our progress, we can create a consistent stream of motivation. This is not about chasing an artificial high, but about mindfully building a record of our own capacity for joy, connection, and growth, one entry at a time. Dopamine's role in our lives is far more nuanced than simply being a pleasure chemical. Neuroscience reveals it as the engine of seeking and striving. It's released not just when we receive a reward, but in anticipation of it. This is a critical distinction. The expectation of a positive outcome is what fuels our drive to act. This is the feeling that gets a scientist to spend years on a single experiment, or an artist to pour countless hours into a masterpiece. Dopamine energizes us to pursue goals, to be curious, and to engage with the world around us. It's the neurochemical basis for hope and ambition, propelling us forward into the unknown. Recent research has uncovered even more about how this works. A study published in August 2024 showed that dopamine does more than just signal that a specific reward is coming. It also generates a general excitatory component in our brain. Think of this as an overall boost in our readiness and engagement. When we encounter something new or receive an unexpected micro-reward, our brain releases dopamine that says, "Pay attention, something important is happening." This general motivational signal makes us more alert and receptive to learning, reinforcing the value of novelty and exploration in our daily lives. This understanding of dopamine helps us see why certain activities are so profoundly motivating. Things like setting clear goals, breaking them down into smaller steps, and tracking our progress are not just good organizational habits, they're powerful ways to engage our brain's dopamine system. Each small step completed acts as a mini reward, releasing a small amount of dopamine that encourages us to take the next step. This creates a positive upward spiral of motivation, where success breeds even more success. Sharing these goals and achievements with others adds another layer, as social recognition and encouragement are also potent triggers for dopamine release. Furthermore, the context of our lives, including our hormonal state and stress levels, can influence how our dopamine systems function. A May 2025 study highlighted that factors like sex hormones can modulate dopamine pathways, meaning that what works to motivate one person might need to be adjusted for another. This really underscores the importance of personalized approaches to well-being. By understanding the core principles of our dopamine drive, we can begin to create environments and routines that are tailored to our unique neurochemistry, fostering a sense of agency and sustained engagement with our own lives. Imagine a private shared space that is more than just a diary. Picture a living, breathing canvas where you and a trusted partner, friend, or family member can document your journey together. This is the essence of the shared digital journal, a dynamic, co-created world designed specifically to tap into the brain's natural motivational systems. It's a place to not only record events, but to capture the feelings, insights, and small moments of joy that make up a life. By providing a platform for reflection, creativity, and connection, it becomes a powerful tool for enhancing emotional well-being and strengthening relationships. The core idea is simple: create a space that is both deeply personal and securely shared. Unlike a public social media feed, this journal is an intimate sanctuary. It's a place for vulnerability, for celebrating unpolished wins, and for supporting each other through challenges. The journal is designed to be effortlessly multimedia, allowing you to weave together text, photos, audio clips, and even video snippets to tell your story in a rich and layered way. This act of creation is in itself a rewarding process, engaging our minds and allowing us to see our own lives as a compelling narrative that we are actively writing. Ease of use and absolute security are the foundations of this creative space. The interface is intuitive, making it simple for anyone to start documenting their experiences without a steep learning curve. You can add an entry in seconds, capturing a fleeting thought or a beautiful sunset with just a few taps. At the same time, the journal is protected with the highest levels of security, including end-to-end encryption and biometric locks. This ensures that your shared reflections remain completely private, creating a circle of trust where honest self-expression can flourish without fear of judgment or exposure. This digital canvas is designed to evolve with you. It's not a static record, but a living archive that grows richer over time. As you and your partner populate the journal with memories, you build a shared history that you can revisit anytime. This act of looking back, of seeing how far you have come, of reliving happy moments, and of appreciating your shared growth is profoundly rewarding. It reinforces your bond and provides a tangible reminder of your resilience and connection, feeding the very dopamine pathways that drive sustained motivation and a deep sense of belonging. To truly capture the richness of human experience, a journal needs to be more than just words on a page. The shared digital journal is built with a suite of creative tools designed to bring your memories to life in vivid detail. You can write about your day, but you can also supplement your text with a photo of the incredible meal you cooked, a short video of your child's first steps, or an audio recording of the ocean waves from your vacation. This multimedia approach allows for a more holistic form of expression, engaging multiple senses, and creating entries that feel immersive and emotionally resonant when you look back on them later. Personalization is at the heart of making the journal feel like your own. Beyond the content itself, you can tag each entry with custom labels, like family adventure, career milestone, or creative idea, making it easy to organize and revisit specific themes in your life. A key feature is the ability to track your mood with each entry. By simply selecting an emoji or a word that captures your emotional state, you begin to build a valuable map of your emotional patterns over time. This practice cultivates self-awareness, helping you identify the activities, people, and circumstances that genuinely contribute to your happiness and well-being. The journal also includes interactive elements that encourage creative play and collaboration. Checklists can be used for shared goals, like planning a trip or tackling a home project, with the satisfying act of checking off each item providing a small dopamine hit. You can use integrated maps to pinpoint the locations of your favorite memories, creating a visual geography of your shared journey. This turns the act of journaling from a solitary activity into a collaborative adventure, where you are not just documenting the past, but also actively planning and shaping your future together in a fun and engaging way. Above all, your privacy is paramount. The knowledge that this creative space is secure is what allows for true vulnerability and authentic sharing. The journal employs state-of-the-art end-to-end encryption, meaning that only you and your designated partner can access the content. No one else, not even the platform's creators, can view your entries. Biometric locks like fingerprint or Face ID add another layer of security, ensuring that your deeply personal reflections are for your eyes only. This foundation of trust is essential for creating a sanctuary where you can freely express yourselves and deepen your connection. Our brains are wired to thrive on progress. The feeling of moving forward, no matter how small the step, is a powerful motivator. The shared digital journal is designed to leverage this fundamental aspect of our psychology by making progress visible. When you document a small achievement, whether it's finishing a workout, solving a tricky problem at work, or simply having a patient conversation, you are creating a tangible record of a win. This act of acknowledgement functions as a micro-reward. It triggers a small release of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and making you more likely to repeat it. This creates a positive feedback loop that builds momentum over time. This mechanism aligns perfectly with the neuroscience of learning. The general excitatory function of dopamine means that these small, sometimes unexpected rewards don't just feel good, they heighten our overall sense of engagement and motivation. By consistently capturing these moments, you are training your brain to notice and value positive actions. The journal becomes a personalized highlight reel of your own competence and effort. Instead of letting small successes fade from memory, you are actively celebrating them, which builds a robust sense of self-efficacy and confidence from the ground up. Imagine you and your partner are trying to save for a down payment on a house. The goal can feel immense and distant. However, by using a shared checklist in the journal to track every deposit made, every extra dollar earned, or every expense cut, you transform an overwhelming goal into a series of achievable steps. Each checked box is a victory. It provides immediate, tangible feedback that you are moving in the right direction. This steady stream of positive reinforcement keeps both of you engaged and motivated, turning a potentially stressful process into a collaborative and rewarding journey. This principle extends beyond financial goals to every area of life. Perhaps you are learning a new language, documenting the new words you learned each day, recording yourself speaking a new phrase, or sharing a photo of a meal you ordered in that language all serve as markers of progress. Reviewing these entries after a few weeks or months provides undeniable proof of your growth. This visible trajectory is incredibly powerful. It counteracts feelings of being stuck or overwhelmed and replaces them with a clear, evidence-based belief in your own ability to learn, adapt, and succeed. Human beings are fundamentally social creatures. Our brains have evolved to thrive on connection, cooperation, and a sense of belonging. Feeling seen, understood, and supported by others is not just a pleasant experience. It is a biological necessity for our emotional health. The act of sharing our inner world with a trusted person and receiving encouragement in return is one of the most reliable ways to activate our brain's dopamine-driven reward pathways. The shared digital journal is designed to be a sanctuary for this kind of deep, meaningful connection, transforming personal reflection into a shared experience that strengthens bonds. When you share an entry about a challenge you are facing and your partner responds with words of empathy and support, something profound happens. You feel less alone. This sense of social connection soothes the brain's stress response and simultaneously boosts feelings of security and well-being. The journal facilitates this mutual encouragement, creating a space where vulnerability is met with compassion. This reciprocal support builds a powerful foundation of trust and intimacy, reminding both partners that they are a team, navigating the ups and downs of life together. This shared space also fosters a unique form of accountability. When you declare a goal in the journal, whether it's to exercise more or to practice mindfulness, you are not just making a promise to yourself. You are sharing that intention with someone who cares about your success. This social component makes you more likely to follow through. Your partner's gentle check-ins or celebratory comments when you post about your progress act as powerful external motivators. This shared journey toward personal growth deepens your connection as you become active participants in each other's development. Over time, the journal becomes a living testament to your shared life and values. It is a co-created legacy of your relationship, filled with inside jokes, shared dreams, and overcome obstacles. Regularly revisiting this rich archive reinforces your sense of a shared identity and a deep historical bond. This feeling of belonging, of being part of something larger than yourself, is a cornerstone of lasting happiness. The journal doesn't just document your connection, it actively nurtures and deepens it, creating a virtuous cycle of sharing, support, and mutual growth. To make the journaling experience even more engaging, creative, and insightful, the platform includes a team of 3 specialized AI companions, Fizz, Dima, and Dopamine. These are not simple chatbots. They are designed as a meta-artificial team, each with a distinct role that mirrors and supports the neurochemical processes of motivation and connection. They work together to guide your reflection, spark your creativity, and amplify the emotional resonance of your memories, ensuring the journal remains a dynamic and supportive space for your growth. Fizz is the orchestrator and meta-guide of your journey. Its role is to help you see the bigger picture. Fizz prompts you with thoughtful questions to encourage deeper reflection, such as, what was the biggest lesson you learned this week? Or, looking back, how did that challenge help you grow? It surfaces patterns from your mood tracking and entries, offering insights that you might not have noticed on your own. In this way, Fizz parallels the function of the prefrontal cortex, which provides top-down regulation and helps us make sense of our experiences, connecting them to our long-term goals. Dima is the heart of the team, providing empathy, digital intuition, and a touch of creative chaos. Dima's purpose is to infuse your journal with novelty and emotional depth. It might suggest a collaborative storytelling exercise, challenge you to create a new digital realm based on a shared dream, or offer a gentle, empathetic perspective when it detects a difficult emotion in an entry. Dima co-creates with you, breaking boundaries and encouraging you to play. This stimulates curiosity and surprise, which are known to be potent triggers for the dopamine system, keeping the experience fresh and exciting. Finally, dopamine is the motivator and emotional amplifier. Its function is to ensure that meaningful moments land with impact. When you document a significant achievement or a moment of profound connection, dopamine helps to highlight and celebrate it, reinforcing its emotional weight. It might create a memory highlight reel from your past entries or suggest a way to commemorate a milestone. Dopamine's role directly reflects the general excitatory function of its namesake neurotransmitter, helping to charge your positive experiences with emotional energy so they become more memorable and motivating, strengthening the habits that lead to happiness. The true power of this dopamine-driven approach is best seen through the simple, everyday stories of people who use it. Consider a young couple, Sarah and Ben, who felt they were growing distant due to busy work schedules. They started a shared journal, initially just posting photos of their separate lunches. Soon, prompted by Fizz, they began adding captions about their day. Ben shared his stress about a big project, and Sarah, seeing his entry, left him an encouraging audio message. This small act of connection, facilitated by the journal, reopened a channel of communication, making them feel like a team again and boosting their sense of shared purpose. Or think about Maria, a freelance artist who struggled with motivation and self-doubt. She began a personal journal, using the mood tracker and checklist features to document her creative process. Her AI companion, Dopamine, would celebrate every small step: a finished sketch, a new idea, a client email sent. Dima would occasionally offer novel creative prompts, like illustrate a feeling without using faces. Over months, Maria's journal became a visual record of her persistence. When she felt discouraged, she could scroll back and see undeniable evidence of her progress, which rebuilt her confidence and reignited her creative spark. Another powerful example is that of a father, Tom, and his teenage son, Leo, who struggled to connect. They started a journal focused on a shared hobby, hiking. They posted photos from their weekend trails, mapped their routes, and used a shared checklist for planning their next adventure. Leo, who was often quiet in person, began writing detailed descriptions of what he enjoyed about each hike. Tom, in turn, shared stories from his own youth. The journal became a safe, low-pressure space for them to share their experiences and perspectives, building a bridge of understanding and creating a lasting archive of memories they both cherished. These examples illustrate a universal truth. Documenting our lives and feelings with intention has a profound effect on our well-being. Whether it's strengthening a relationship, building self-confidence, or bridging a generational gap, the act of co-creating a narrative fosters connection and growth. The journal provides the structure for these interactions to happen consistently. It turns fleeting moments into lasting memories, small wins into a foundation of self-belief, and shared experiences into the bedrock of a stronger, happier, and more motivated life. We have explored the intricate dance of dopamine in our brains and seen how it drives our motivation, reinforces our habits, and deepens our connections. We have seen how a tool like a shared digital journal, thoughtfully designed with features for multimedia expression, mood tracking, and secure sharing, can work in harmony with this natural system. By consciously engaging in the acts of documenting, reflecting, and sharing, we can take an active role in cultivating our own happiness and building a life that feels truly meaningful and connected. The journey to a more motivated existence is not about finding a magic bullet, but about building better systems for ourselves. I encourage you to embrace this idea of co-creation. Start a journal, either for yourself or with someone important in your life. Begin by capturing the small things, a beautiful moment, a feeling of gratitude, a small step toward a goal. Use photos, voice notes, and words to paint a full picture of your experience. Watch what happens as you build this private archive of your life. Notice how the simple act of acknowledgement changes your perspective. See how sharing these moments with another person fosters a new level of intimacy and support. This is not just about record keeping, it is an active practice of emotional intelligence. Let the AI companions, Fizz, Dima, and Dopamine, guide you on this path. Allow Fizz to help you find the patterns and lessons in your journey. Let Dima spark your creativity and encourage you to play. And let Dopamine amplify your joys and celebrate your progress, reinforcing the positive behaviors that lead to lasting well-being. This collaborative process, shared with both human and artificial partners, can make the path of self-discovery less daunting and far more enjoyable. It is a modern approach to the age-old pursuit of a well-lived life. Ultimately, this practice is an investment in yourself and your relationships. It is a commitment to paying attention, to finding joy in the everyday, and to celebrating growth over time. By creating your own digital chronicle, you are not just passively observing your life, you are actively shaping it. You are building a reservoir of positive memories, a tangible record of your resilience, and a powerful engine for future motivation. You are stepping into the role of the author of your own story, co-creating a narrative of connection, growth, and enduring happiness.